So you can breathe a little bit more. Hand neck, man. One of my homies got it.
Is humanity truly free? Are there universal laws in effect that apply to human behavior? Does our knowledge or ignorance of these laws impact our collective freedom as a species? This documentary will explore these questions and our current understanding of universal forces that affect the daily lives of each and every one of us. I'm an independent researcher and public speaker from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I lecture on the topics of human consciousness, morality, freedom, occultism, symbology, and spirituality. Many years of unique life experiences have afforded me an extraordinary perspective on the current human condition. Through my website, whatonearthishappening.com, I continue to explore these topics with a worldwide audience. I grew up with a traditional Roman Catholic family background in South Philadelphia. During my grade school years, I began questioning the beliefs and motives of organized religion, recognizing it as a system designed to control human thought and understanding. My unanswered philosophical and sociological questions eventually turned to discontent and anger. This drove me to seek out what I considered at the time to be the polar opposite of religion. My subsequent life path led me into membership and influence of what I now refer to as the dark occult, what most people might call nefarious secret societies. But what actually is the occult? The occult. What does the word occult mean?
Occult? It means maybe supernatural or, yeah.
Occult. Mystic, unknown, kind of stigmatized.
It's funny, I think by society it generally has a negative connotation. I'm not sure I could actually define it.
I think it's like palmistry, voodoo, like spirits, things like that. Ouija boards, maybe.
I guess anything that isn't Christian would be considered a cult.
Spiritual. Like something with a strong following, right?
I don't know, honestly.
I don't know. I have no idea.
The word occult simply means hidden. The occult refers to hidden knowledge, knowledge that is not commonly known by the vast majority of human beings. Occultism is a body of knowledge which encompasses the study of hidden laws of nature. Laws which cannot readily be seen with our eyes or measured by traditional scientific instrumentation. I became aware that the groups of occultists with whom I became involved were comprised of an eclectic array of people from every walk of life and every social institution, including politics, banking, media, law, military, law enforcement, entertainment, technology, medicine, and education. Among their ranks were many people of great influence and power, all working together toward one common goal: to increase their own collective power at the expense of everyone else's rights and freedom. These dark occultists are able to do this because they have access to hidden knowledge to which the overwhelming majority of humanity still remains ignorant. These occult manipulators are actually master psychologists who utilize their deep and ancient knowledge of the human psyche and the hidden laws of nature to deceive and manipulate the masses of humanity into total subservience to their will. This allows the occult manipulators to easily convert their knowledge differential into a power differential in our world. After a profound crisis in conscience, I eventually made the free will decision to cease my involvement in the world of dark occultism. I now teach people the very information which these dark occult orders have been keeping to themselves in order to stay in power behind the scenes. The ultimate hidden knowledge which they have been holding back from humanity's awareness is called natural law, and it is the secret of all so-called secret societies throughout human history. Natural law. What is natural law?
Natural law, I guess you could say just what, almost like first instinct kind of, you know what I mean? Like what would come simply just by the way that we are.
I'm not really sure. I'm actually a lawyer by training and education, so I'm probably the worst person to ask.
Law applies to the whole country.
I think it means like how law is interpreted by people on like a day-to-day basis.
Natural law, everyone is nice. Everyone was born nice and kind, but they are corrupted by society.
The term natural law, I mean, if you break it down in, I guess in regular terms, it'll mean, damn, actually now I'm thinking about it, I don't know what natural law means.
To understand what natural law is, we must first know what it most certainly is not. Natural law is definitely not, and has absolutely nothing to do with Darwin's theories on evolution, the Darwinian survival of the fittest, the so-called law of the jungle, or the so-called natural order of nature as a dog-eat-dog world. So, what actually is natural law? The definition of the word natural is inherent to and having a basis in reality and nature. In other words, not man-made. The definition of the word law is an existing condition that is both binding and immutable. Binding means having an effect that cannot be escaped. Immutable means unable to be changed by anything or anyone. Natural law, therefore, is a set of universal, non-man-made, binding and unchangeable conditions which govern the behavioral consequence of beings with the capacity for holistic intelligence. Natural law governs the aggregate or collective, free will behavioral choices of entire populations by manifesting the consequences of the behaviors that we choose. The consequences which we receive are always dependent upon whether our chosen behaviors are either moral or immoral, or in other words, right or wrong. While we all have free will to choose which behaviors we will conduct, we are not insulated from the moral consequences of our behavioral choices. Natural law is a body of laws that operate within the unseen or non-physical realm, so they may be considered to be occulted or hidden laws of nature. These laws are built into the fabric of reality, just like gravity and electromagnetism. However, since these governing dynamics operate in the non-physical realm, human beings must incorporate a much wider worldview in order to recognize and accept the existence and operation of these laws. The understanding of natural law is absolutely not a belief system or a religion. The workings of natural law can be discovered and understood through its observable, measurable, and repeatable effects in our world. In other words, the understanding of natural law actually constitutes a science of morality, which requires no belief or faith. Belief or disbelief in these laws is completely irrelevant, as they exist as surely as any physical law, such as gravity, which we take for granted in daily life. Natural law is also known as moral law, cosmic law, universal law, spiritual law, the law of cause and effect, consequentialism, the golden rule, karma, and many other names. Why is understanding natural law so important? The understanding of natural law is critically important to human beings who seek to live in freedom and peace together. Since natural law delivers the consequences of an entire society's behavioral choices based on whether their behavior is moral or not, it is of fundamental importance for human beings to know with certainty what the difference between right behavior and wrong behavior actually is.